into mid-July already. We have quite a few items on our agenda today, so I'll jump right into it, but wanted to at least let you know, for those of you that this is your first time joining us, if you have any questions, you can either raise your hand by just tapping on the little hand icon in your control panel, or you can type in a question and we'll answer them as a group. So first things first, the United Concordia Individual Dental Program is no longer available for sale in the state of Pennsylvania. So, obviously there are some other alternatives for you. I know that the Cap Blue Cross Individual Dental through Dominion has been very popular, well-priced. It does have the pediatric dental provisions that are required. So that is something that you can look at. You can obtain the information by going to our homepage under Health Plan Options and under Product Information. And then if you scroll down mid-screen, you're going to see Cap Blue Cross Individual. And you would click on that, and you'll either see it on the public marketplace column or under the private marketplace. So that is an option for you to sell the individual dental programs. Next bullet point, just wanted to remind everyone once again about Geisinger. Geisinger compensation as of 7/1 for new business and existing business on the books in the 2 to 99 market. Compensation is changing. It is going down to $15 per member per month. That's 1.5. So it has been reduced slightly from the average or typical comp of $16 per member per month. So just wanted to throw that out again so that for any of you that are receiving commissions for 7/1 new groups or existing groups, you're going to see a reduction in the compensation. But we all know how that feels, right? We've been experiencing it for the last 3 or 4 years. The next bullet point, the FFM reporting issues. Now is the time where everyone that has signed up for the healthcare coverage through healthcare.gov, they're required to send in information, either proof of their income, proof of citizenship, etc. So the clients will most likely receive a letter from the health insurance marketplace asking for this information. I mentioned a few weeks ago one of my agent partners had a client receive a letter, pardon me, receive a letter, and they were requesting information from his client, but they also listed him as having to supply the information, almost as if he was a spouse. So clearly the kinks have not been worked out yet. This same client then sent in the requested information, and she received the information back from the health insurance marketplace with a letter essentially saying that they won't accept any changes of circumstances through the mail. Well, this was not a change of circumstance. It was sending in information they requested. So my only advice is that after calling the health insurance marketplace, they seem to think that putting the application ID on all of the information, if you're sending it through mail, is very important, and that would prohibit this from happening. Or your clients, if they can, upload the information through their healthcare.gov account and supply the information that way. I'm not saying that it's going to be seamless, but I wanted you to at least be aware of some of the issues because they're, at this point, they're almost comical. The next bullet point, HiMark commissions, and I have good news and bad news. Well, the good news is we've identified more than 100 cases that have not been paid commission, specifically with HiMark, and I'm sure you're all aware of that. What has come back from HiMark when we made an inquiry about these cases is, a number of things, like an authorization form is needed, just different things that are needed. Your case managers are working through this list. So they may be in contact with you to obtain this information, but just please know we're working through this list, and if you get a call from your case manager, that means that we've exhausted everything on our end, such as proving that the application was submitted, it had your name on, so we're going to try to work through all of that first before we contact you to get additional information. But if we do contact you, it's because we've exhausted all of our options. So the good news is that you're going to get paid. The bad news is that you haven't been paid, and you might have to jump through yet even more hoops in order to do so. The next bullet point is for anybody that took their 2015 FFM training, there is a complete new section on privacy and personal health information, and there is a Privacy Act statement. It seemed to really focus a lot more attention this year versus last year on giving the privacy notice to your clients before they enroll. There is a privacy notice that's going to be in the Healthcare Reform newsletter this week, and it is available on healthcare.gov. And basically, I would encourage you, before you take an application and start asking questions from your clients on healthcare.gov, to give your client a copy of this, give them time to review it. It basically says that they're giving you permission to obtain this information and why the information is needed, as well as who this information would be shared with. So it's very important, I think, definitely more so this year than last, to add that to your sales process for all healthcare.gov cases. Again, that information is on healthcare.gov. Pardon me, if you want to have me email it to you, I'd be happy to email you the link, or again, the link is going to be included in our newsletter this week. So speaking of the 2015 certification support sessions, we did just send out the invitation on Tuesday. Many of you have received it. Some of you have signed up, but and I've been getting a lot of questions too. The support sessions are really nothing more than you coming into URL or to one of the facilities that we chose in King of Prussia, Wilkes-Barre, or Pittsburgh area, and sitting in front of a computer, bringing your own laptop, if you will, and completing the certification courses. There's not any additional training that I'm going to supply to you during that time. It's really just what it says, certification support sessions. We're supporting you and helping you navigate through the systems. So if you want to take advantage of that, please do. That's why we're running them. If you want to complete your certification yourself, absolutely go ahead and do that. It's not, it's not that difficult. I think that the systems now, since we all did it last year, or most of us did, it's a lot easier to maneuver somehow. So if you want to try it, go ahead. If not, starting 8/7, there are plenty of support sessions available to you. I would say that if you are going to come to our certification, it's very, very, very important to log into the marketplace.medicare.learningnetwork, LMS.com, to verify that your username and password is what you thought it was, and you can still get into the system. Because if you come to the classes and you haven't done that before and you don't have your password, it's not an instantaneous thing where you can hit a forgot password button and you get it instantly. You would really not be able to complete your training. So please, I encourage you to do that before you come to any of the support sessions. So that's pretty much it on the agenda for today. If any of you have questions, let's see if you've typed them in, but go ahead and take a few minutes and go ahead and type them in. I'll start with the ones that we have already submitted. Is the termination of UCCI dental sales effective immediately? I was set to place an order today. Nate, yes, it is. And unfortunately, We were not told of this. We found out in a roundabout way. Actually, we found out 2 weeks ago, and then we called, and they said, no, PA's fine. We're not pooling the product. So we did find out yesterday that, indeed, they are pooling the PA individual product. So, unfortunately, it's done. You may want to, again, Nate, look at the Dominion Dental, and if you want to call Judy, your case manager, or myself, we can set you up with everything you need to do those sales. Sean says, has anyone had success splitting plan designs on the healthcare.gov? Let me see here. Okay, so he's rapid firing questions. So I don't know if anyone has had any success in, when they're enrolling on the FFM, splitting the cases. If you create an account for husband and wife, there is a way to group the husband and wife into 2 separate groups under the same account so that they can choose 2 separate plans. And Sean, I'll give you a call. I'm not sure why you're not having success with that. I know originally back in October that the system really wasn't functioning that way, but since then it's my understanding that that has been fixed. Clearly, maybe it hasn't. So I'll give you a call on that after the webinar. And Cindy says, is a Capital Blue Cross dental plan available in Blue Cross in Northeastern PA area? It is not. It is only available in the 21 county area. We do have some other options if you if you want to explore those. And will we continue to be paid on previous business? My understanding is yes, that the plans are going to stay in effect, the United Concordia plans. However, it does appear from what they're saying at this point that upon renewal, those plans are terminating. So you might want to be, start looking at your client list and being proactive before things get too crazy once again. And let's see, Kim says, where did you say we can find the privacy notice on healthcare.gov? You can just log into healthcare.gov and you can type in privacy notice in the search button and it will bring it up. There's one for agents and CMS, working in conjunction with CMS. There's one also for individuals. I will email you that link as well, Kim, so that you have it. And Lori says that she's finished the FFM certs but can't print out the certificates. Can the member of your team get those for me? Yes, Lori. If you want to email me your username and password, we can go in and get those links. I actually didn't have any trouble printing them out from this year. I don't know why. Last year was really a pain. This year they seem to print out fine for me. So who knows? But yeah, we're happy to do that for you. Also, I'm putting together a list. I had the list from last year of where these certs need to be sent for each specific carrier and how they need to be given to the carriers. So I'm going to get that list. That complete list should be in next week's healthcare reform newsletter. Until then, I don't have any information from some of the carriers. I only have a few carriers right now. So I'll get that list on what you need to do with those certificates is what I'm trying to say. Let's see here. Scott says he was also unable to print out his certificates, and yes, we've all experienced that last year. This year, again, I didn't have that difficulty. Scott, if you want to also email me your username and password for the Marketplace Learning Network, we can print those out for you. The gentleman, David Dang, that does that is on vacation this week, so there's no rush to get this to me. It's not going to be done until next week anyway when he returns from vacation. So that looks like all the submitted questions we have so far. Did want to mention to you the Dominion Dental is 6% commission, so that is actually higher than maybe what you've been paid on individual dental. So that's something that you should keep in mind. Next webinar is Thursday, July 17th. That's next Thursday at 9:30, as they always are. And it does look like nobody is typing in any new questions. So I'll just conclude the webinar by once again saying thank you for your business and your support, and hopefully we're all well rested, because it appears that 2015 is ramping up again, and we haven't even finished 14. So hope you all have a great weekend and get out and enjoy the weather. Thanks again. Bye-bye.